gonna be, a great time, emotional time. Last time the seniors run through that tee together. Last time playing at Neyland Stadium, so it's definitely gonna be an experience.
Coach talked yesterday about sort of keeping those emotions in check, though, because you don't want to have a hangover once the game starts. How do you do that?
Definitely. That's one of the things we've been working on, playing with passion, not emotion. With emotion, it kind of roller coasters and goes up and down. And, passion stays steady throughout and even rises at times. So, we try to play with passion, not emotion, and, stop and stay away from the ebb and flow of the game.
Dontavis, they move Jordan Matthews around quite a bit. They put him in the slot. Do you feel like, what do you do to slow down their receiver, maybe one of the better receivers in the league?
We just got to play sound football. Have great eye discipline. The DBs, from the DBs to the D-line, getting pressure on the quarterback, not allowing them to throw the ball. So, we just got to play team defense and do what we do.
After the last 3 games, how much of a focal point has been stopping the run this week for you guys?
Oh, that's a focal point every week. Teams want to come out and run, especially in the league that we play in. So, they want to out-physical you and beat you up between the tackles. So, that's one of our objectives every week, to come out and start the run.
Have you talked about their propensity to go for it on 4th down all the time and their success rate? How does that change things for defense?
We just can't allow them to get to a manageable 4th down. Get them the long 3rd and 4th down. Get them off the field and get our offense the ball.
Coach has talked a lot about eye discipline. When you play an offense like Vanderbilt, where there's a lot of motion and they do a lot of trickery in there, it's always important. Is it more important with this kind of offense?
It's always important. A lot of times it's just smoke and mirrors. Try to get you out of position. Show you one thing, show you a lot of things, so you can't really adjust to it. But at the end of the day, it's all the same thing. We just got to have great eyes and line up and play sound defense.
There's so much for you guys on this game. For seniors, it's the last home game. You got to win it to keep your bowl hopes alive and all that. Do you think about any of that stuff, or does it just go out and play football?
It's just, for me, it's just go out. For me and the team, it just go out and play football. At the end of the day, if do your responsibilities and handle business on the field, the scoreboard will take care of itself.
Running quarterbacks have kind of given you guys a little bit of a problem. The other Robinetta runs a little bit more maybe than the other quarterback. Do you expect anything different?
Oh, definitely. It's been a problem for a couple weeks. So, it's a copycat league, so we can expect to see that from here on out. So, we just got to come, prepare every day like he's going to run the ball.
Dontavis, kind of looking back on this journey for you, what's it been like over your 4 years here at Tennessee?
Oh man, it's been kind of up and down. It's been a little rough journey, but it's all leading the right way. With Coach Jones coming in, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
How much of an impact do you think 2 more wins, a bowl, possibility? How much does that change kind of your guys' legacy here as seniors?
It'll change it drastically. Especially not only for the seniors, but for the younger guys, showing that bowl games are something that happens around here, that we shouldn't have to struggle to get into a bowl game. We should expect that every year.
Is that something you've talked about with those younger guys and amongst yourself as seniors?
Definitely, all the time.
I know you'll try to block the emotions out on Saturday of senior night and this rivalry, but what emotions does this game against Vanderbilt bring?
Man, all the emotions that you got, I guess, in your little emotional box. That's for the pregame. But when that whistle blows, it's time to play football. And we got to go out and handle business like what we're coming out and prepared to do these last 2 weeks.
James, I know that you grew up in the South. Obviously, you grew up around kind of SEC football. How different is it with Vanderbilt being a more competitive team? It's just, I got to think the whole time you were, a kid growing up watching football in the SEC, it was never like that. Is it different?
I guess that's the kind of world that we live in today. People adapt and change. They've done a great job of, getting great guys in to come play football at Vanderbilt. They're playing like a team.
The way that game went last year, how much? Obviously every game in itself is its own game, but the preparation for this, game for them coming into your house, is that a little different after the way that thing went last year? Because I know that the looks on a lot of y'all's faces when you walked off the field last year against them.
We don't want. We're not gonna ever have that look again. I just feel like we're a different team. We're more together. We just got to go out and play. Tennessee football like everybody's used to seeing. That we've seen in the past that we grew up watching.
Was that about the lowest point last year that you can remember that game? Because I just, the way that it went in the second half and the way that, y'all afterward, it just seemed like that was the kind of thing that could motivate you for an entire offseason.
I wouldn't. Of course it was a low point. Not going to it as a game, not letting us go to a bowl game. But as far as motivation for the offseason, it was just. I don't think it was the loss. I think it was more the, hating to lose more than we want to win. And so, we came out and worked. Coach Jones made us all the players, his players, believe us. And we just got to go out and do it for ourselves and do it for the whole state.
When do you think it's going to kind of sink in for you, kind of how frustrating at times the 4 years here were? Because I know that no one ever signs at Tennessee thinking that it's going to go the way that it's gone for y'all. But, I know you just kind of battle every week trying to, get to the next one. But you think it's ever going to set in like just whatever happened during that 4 years?
Man, I think it will, definitely. But at the end of the day, I look at it as like it was a great life lesson. Like things are not going to always go as well when you have a job, when you live in real life. So, I just take it as a learning experience, how to deal and cope with things.
You're one smart enough.